I was out in Idaho, and 5 legislators agreed to do a backcasting with us.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if you remember what a backcasting is, but a backcasting is when you go in the future and you pretend that you succeeded at whatever your goal was. So it's 2030, we're
Mhm,
in Idaho and everybody's free. Freedom reigns in
mhm.
Idaho. And then you tell the story of how you got there. And so 5 Idaho legislators did a backcasting with us. We just published it last week. It's fabulous. And what was interesting about it, Joseph, was one of our editors, put it together. And after it was ready, but I hadn't seen it yet, I said to him, "What do you think?" And he said, all my life I've thought as politicians as sleazy and sort of corrupt. But I realized the state legislators, the good ones, they're not like that at all.
No, they're not. Yeah,
These are real people who understand their economy and understand their state and really care. And he said, "I really like these people because they're citizens legislator. It's a part-time legislator. It's
right,
not their main gig.
right.
They're running companies and have businesses." And anyway, but I wanted to play a little clip. This is Heather Scott, who's just remarkable. So they're all from the north of Idaho. There must be something in the water because you are not gonna. That's why I say I think the farmers are gonna win in northern Idaho. I don't think they're gonna get away with this. Anyway, let's just play a little clip of Heather Scott in the backcasting, which I recommend to everybody watching this.
Heather, what did you find was the most successful strategy for mobilizing the citizens of Idaho to the actions that you talked about?
I think one of the most successful things was this pamphlet, that 101 things that we put out up north. It was just some random ideas for people, ways people could get involved. And like we just kind of had competitions a lot. The county fairs, we would have vegetable competitions and growing competitions. That what once we did that gun classes in the schools, we had all kinds of shooting competitions, and it just became the culture. It's amazing when the structure gets started. It just becomes natural competition amongst neighbors. And I think the big thing is like when the crises pop up, because we had our communications down, because people were already talking about, at the county fairs and the gardening and that, it they were more of a community by the time those, and our
Mhm.
barter fairs helped a lot too. But by the time those tragedies came, we had a tight knit community. It was pretty amazing.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, and
Anyway,
I like the reference to the gun classes in the schools. And the reason why I can remember when I was a kid, the local school system, they had gun clubs in the school,
yeah,
in the junior
absolutely.
and no one thought twice about it.
Yeah, and you had pickup trucks with the
And he
guns
had
sitting on the
he
back of it, right?
yes, yeah, I remember that very vividly. We've got this whole twisted up culture now, but yeah, I
Well,
think
it's
I
not the citizens are not the problem, right?
right, exactly,
Right.
exactly.